Hello students, welcome to Simplified. In today's class, we shall discuss one more important theorem in similar triangles, that is SSS criterion to prove similarity of two triangles. In the previous class, you have learned AAA criterion, andre kona ಕ್ರೈಟೀರಿಯಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾನದಂಡನ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಪ್ರಮೇಯ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಾಹು ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟಿ ಕ್ರೈಟೀರಿಯನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಾಹು ಪ್ರಮೇಯನ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್, if in two triangles sides of one triangle are proportional to the sides of other triangle, then their corresponding angles are equal and hence the two triangles are similar. ಅಂದ್ರೆ in two triangles, ಎರಡು ತ್ರಿಕೋನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವುಗಳ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಸಮಾನುಪಾತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ, then ಅವುಗಳ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೋನಗಳು ಸಮವಾಗಿರುತ್ತವೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕೋನಗಳು ಸಮವಾಗಿದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಾಹುಗಳು ಸಮಾನುಪಾತದಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್? ತ್ರಿಕೋನಗಳು ಸಿಮಿಲರ್, ಸಮರೂಪಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತವೆ. Okay, so this is the meaning of this statement. Okay, now let us prove this theorem. Since you have learnt AA criterion, this is easy to prove. Okay, once adu kaltu bittidira, ade base mele illidu kuda continue agutte. So this theorem is easy to learn. Okay, now let us continue with this now. Okay, now as soon as you see the statement, what should be done? We have to draw the figure. Okay, figure related with the statement. In two triangles, sides of one triangle are proportional to the sides of other triangles. Okay, so what should be drawn? We have to draw two triangles. Okay, so let us draw two triangles. One triangle, smaller one I draw, other one little bigger than this. Okay, bigger triangle than this. Okay, so let us have two triangles. Let me take this as ABC and this triangle as PQR. Okay, we have two triangles now. Two triangles ABC and PQR. Now write given part. What is given? Given part in triangle ABC and PQR. In triangle ABC and triangle PQR. What is given? Sides are in proportional. Corresponding sides are in proportion or in the same ratio. So what do you write now? Which are the corresponding sides? AB is corresponding to PQ. So AB by PQ is equal to AC is corresponding to the side PR. So AC by PR is equal to BC, third pair, that is BC by QR. This is given. Andre ಬಾಹುಗಳು ಸಮಾನುಪಾತದಲ್ಲಿವೆ, in the same ratio. So what is to be proved? ಏನು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು? ಏನು ಸಾಧಿಸಬೇಕು? That is to prove angles are equal. Corresponding angles are equal. Which are the corresponding angles? A and P are corresponding angles. B and Q are corresponding angles. C and R are corresponding angles. Okay, we should prove now angle A is equal to angle P, angle B is equal to angle Q, and other pair angle C is equal to angle R, and hence triangles are similar. It is to prove arbitrary. Yes, we can say triangles are similar. Which two triangles? Triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. This has to be proved. Okay, so it is now prove ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So ABC ಮತ್ತೆ PQR ಸಮರೂಪಿ ತ್ರಿಭುಜ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ we need to prove angles are equal, corresponding angles are equal. Okay, Now let us start proving it. Before proving, we need to do some construction because in kottiro figure mele we cannot prove. We cannot move further. So what to do? We have to do some additional construction. What is the construction? So let us take here, mark 2 points. 2 points on PQ and PR. Let me name these points as D and F. Okay, D and E I mark. Okay, D and E. These are 2 points. Point D is on PQ and point E is on PR. Such that, okay, so mark madbitragala. We have to take some condition, apply some condition. What is that? PD is equal to AB and PE is equal to AC. Okay, so right now it is construction. Construction is mark D, mark the points, mark the point D on PQ, D on PQ and E on PR such that PD is equal to AB and PE is equal to AC and join DE. So this has to be joined. Okay, join DE. Join and join DE. Join DE. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ ಅದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಉಲ್ಟಾ. Okay, here in the previous theorem A criterion ಅಲ್ಲಿ here you have written angles are equal and proved this sides are in the same ratio. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರ ಉಲ್ಟಾ. Sides are in the same ratio and we are proving angles are equal. Okay, now let us continue with the proof. Okay, now let us take see here in proof. Let us take given part. First two ratios I take now. Okay, that AB by PQ proof AB by PQ is equal to AC by PR. Okay, this is given. Okay, that is AB by PQ is equal to AC by PR. Okay, now if this ratio is equal, okay, if these two ratios are equal, what about their reciprocal? They are also equal. So this implies PQ by AB is equal to PR by AC. Their ratios are also equal. Okay. In the previous theorem, what have you done? You have added 1 to both. In this case now, let us subtract 1 from both LHS and RHS. Okay, so let us do PQ by AB minus 1. Okay, then here PR by AC minus 1. So PQ by AB minus 1 is equal to PR by AC minus 1. Now see here, AB in place of AB, can we write PD or DP? Yes, because in the construction we have taken. Okay, so I write here in case of PQ by AB, I will write which one? PD minus 1 is equal to PR by AC is equal to what? It is nothing but what? PE. So I write PE minus 1. Okay, now Now see here, if you take LCM or common denominator as PD, what do we get now? PD, 1 becomes now PD by PD. So this implies PQ minus PD by PD is equal to PR minus, here also this 1 becomes PE by PE. So PE by PE. Now see here, PQ minus PD. Which part remained? This part. Which one? DQ. And here PR minus PE. Which part we get? This part. Which is this part? ER. Okay, so let us write PQ minus PD is DQ. DQ by PD is equal to PR minus PE is ER by PE. See here we got PQ DQ by PD is equal to, that is DQ by PD is equal to what? ER by PE. Okay, now let us take the inverse of this or reciprocal of this. What do we get? We get PD by DQ is equal to PE by ER. So this is PD by DQ is equal to PE by ER. What do you say about this now? You have learned this. Kaltidira elli basic proportionality theorem athwa Thales theorem alli. Okay. So in basic proportionality theorem, what do you say? If a line is parallel to one of the side in a triangle, the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. What is its converse? Viloma. Viloma ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, if the sides are divided in the same ratio, the line which divides, that is parallel to which one? Third side. Okay. So here this is nothing but what? Converse of BPT or Thales theorem. Viloma. Thales theorem na Viloma. Okay. So what do you say now? DE is parallel to QR because sides are in the same ratio. So by this we get DE is parallel to QR. Now what do you say? DE is parallel to QR. So what about these angles? Okay, angle D is equal to angle Q. Why? If these two lines are parallel and if PQ is considered as a transversal or DQ is considered as a transversal, what type of angles are they? They are corresponding angles or anurupa konagalu. Okay. DE ಮತ್ತು Q are parallel lines ಆಗಿ ಇದು transversal ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, which one? PQ. Here D and Q are corresponding angles and they are equal. Similarly, here angle E and angle R are equal. Okay, angle E and angle R are equal. So because here this the ER or PR is the transversal. If two pairs of corresponding angles are equal, what do you say about third angle? You know, in angle sum property. Okay, suppose in two triangles, in triangle nimbiga okay, suppose here it is 30 degree and here it is 70 degree. Okay, now corresponding angles, here also 30 degree and here it is 70 degree. What about these angles? Must be equal, no? Because 70 plus 30, 180. 100. And 180 minus 100, how much? 80. So this would be how much? 80 degree. Here also corresponding angles are equal, 70 and 30. So this must be equal, no? It should be 80 degree. So what do you say? To define similarity of the triangles, we need not have all three. So we need not get the definition with all three angles are equal. We can use AA criterion also. AA means what? If two pairs of corresponding angles are equal, obviously third angle must be equal, isn't it? ಎರಡು pair ಸರಿಯಾಗಿದ್ರೆ equal ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಮೂರನೇ angle must be equal ಆಗೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Therefore, what do you say now? AA by AA criterion also we can say which one? Triangle PDE and triangle PQR are similar triangles. Okay. So, What do you say now? Angle D is equal to angle Q and angle E is equal to angle R. Reason is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles axiom you have, isn't it? You had in the previous lower classes. Corresponding angles. Okay. Now, so by AA criterion, AA or AAA, both are same. Okay, more angle equal idre or erad angle equal idro, yes, third angle will be considered as equal, and we can say AA criterion holds good. So by AA criterion, what do you say now? Angle, triangle PDE, the inner triangle is similar to triangle PQR. Okay. If the triangles are similar, once we have proved the triangles are similar, what do you say about the sides now? Their sides are divided in the same ratio, isn't it? Okay, once namge triangle, similar triangle ant gottadre, then what do you say? ಅದರ ಅನುರೂಪ ಬಾಹುಗಳು ಸಮ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಸಮಾನುಪಾತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತವೆ. So how do you write the ratio now? PD by PQ, because PD is side of triangle PDE and PQ is side of triangle PQR. Then PE by PR. PE is side of triangle PDE and PR is the side of the corresponding side of the triangle PQR. And DE is side of the triangle PDE and QR is the corresponding side of the triangle PQR. Yes. So let us write that statement now. So is equal to, we write PD by PQ is equal to DE by PR is equal to DE by PQR. DE by QR. But we know that PD is equal to AB and PE is equal to which one? PE is equal to AC. Okay, PE this one. Okay, PE is equal to AC. So what is in place of PD and PE? We write those sides now. AB, this is by construction. AB by PQ is equal to AC. In place of PE, I write AC by PR. PR is equal to DE by QR. Okay. So AB by PQ, AC by PR and DE by QR. These are in the same ratio. See, compare with the given part now. What is given in the statement? Sides are in the same ratio. Which one? AB by PQ is equal to AC by PR is equal to DE by QR. Isn't it? Compare with that now. Only this part is different, isn't it? Other two are same. These two ratios are same in given part as well as here. This is equation. Let us 1 and let us continue that now. Okay, equation 1. But given that AB by PQ is equal to AC by PR is equal to BC by which one? QR. This is given. So compare this given with this now. AB by PQ, here also we have. AC by PR, here also we have. And here BC, since these two are common, this also must be equal. No? So what do you say? This implies BC by QR is equal to what? DE by QR. QR common. So what do you say about the numerator part? They must be equal. So if since QR is equal to QR, here numerator part BC is equal to what? DE. These are equal. Okay, so BC is equal to DE. Which one? BC is equal to DE. Now, see here. In the construction part, we have written equal. Now we got to know BC is also equal to what? DE. So what do you say about the triangles ABC and triangle PDE? Both are congruent triangles because all three corresponding sides are equal, not in equal ratio, they are equal. Okay, so what do you say? By SSS congruency rule, that is S side. Now bahu prameya. Okay, congruency prameya. So what do you say? Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PDE. So by this we can say triangle ABC. Okay, ABC is congruent to triangle PDE. By which theorem? By SSS congruency rule. SSS congruency rule. Once we have proved congruency of the triangles, what do you say? Corresponding angles are also equal. We have proved corresponding sides are equal. So what do you say now? Corresponding angles. Which are the corresponding angles? Angle A is equal to angle P. Angle B is equal to angle D. And angle C is equal to angle E. So by CP, CT corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Okay, so in the CP, what do you write now? Angle A is equal to angle P. Angle B is equal to angle D. And angle C is equal to angle E. Okay. So now, but we know here B is equal to D and D is equal to what? Q. We have proved it already. Okay. C is equal to E. Okay, C is equal to E. But E is equal to what? R. So what do you say? B is also equal to what? Q. And C is also equal to what? R. Okay, so but we know that angle B is equal to, angle D is equal to angle Q and angle E is equal to angle R. We have proved. So what do you say? Therefore, angle A is equal to P anyway. Angle A is equal to P and angle B is equal to angle Q and angle C is equal to angle R. Yes, we have proved now. Corresponding angles are equal. All three corresponding angles. A is equal to P, B is equal to Q and C is equal to angle R. So what do you say? We say the triangles ABC and angle PQR both are similar triangles or Samarupi Tribhujagalu. Thus, and hence we can write thus triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Hence proved. Okay, hence proved. Okay, so how do you say? A criterion. Okay, by A criterion. A similarity criterion. Okay, hence proved. Okay, this is today's proof. Easy, no? But you need little more practice. Okay, ಎರಡು theorem ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟಿ ಕ್ರೈಟೀರಿಯನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ SSS ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟಿ ಕ್ರೈಟೀರಿಯನ್ ಎರಡೂ ಥಿಯರಮ್ಗೆ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್. ಒಂದೆರಡು ಸಲ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಫೈನಲಿ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರಿಯನ್ಸಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಒಂದನ್ನ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಒಂದನ್ನ. ಸೊ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಥಿಯರಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ.
That's all. This is today's session. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅದೇ ತರ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅದೇ ತರ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ಖಂಡಿತ ಮರಿಬೇಡಿ. So can we end today's session? Thank you and bye bye.